Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer. Education should serve two functions, to enrich the minds of students, but also to prepare them for the modern workforce. My colleague Liz Smith said that recent evidence to the Education Committee had not made for happy reading, and having spent the last few days reading much of that evidence, I could not agree more. The effects of not getting our agencies right has a knock-on effect on the output of our education system. On Monday this week, I met with Digital Europe, the trade body that represents the tech sectors across Europe. And I was told of a major problem in a shortage of suitably skilled graduates in STEM, which will have a real knock-on effect on growing the digital economy in Scotland. In light of the fact there's already a shortage of computer science teachers in Scotland, a number of other things worried me when I read much of the evidence to the Education Committee. For example, the National 5 Higher Computing exam had coding errors in it. STEM subjects and exams had become increasingly technical and facing increased scrutiny. For example, 20,000 people signed a petition complaining about the higher maths and National 5 maths exams. The Royal Society of Edinburgh expressed concern that the structure of S4 compromised subject choice, which surely must compromise opportunity as well. Now, any lack of confidence in the quality of, the fairness of, and even the delivery of our exam systems undermines the opportunities for those coming out of those systems. In my view, exams are not just statistics. They're not just letters and scores and percentages. Exams should deliver skills and knowledge as well as qualifications. And an example of that being, once again, from Digital Europe, who said that there's certainly a lot of people coming out with technical skills, but very few of them have business acumen to go with that. Coding and programming skills are not good enough on their own. They need management, financial and legal skills and knowledge as well. So how can we expect employers to have confidence in our exam process when our teachers themselves are questioning the very process? There's clearly evidence to suggest that the relationship between teachers and the SQA is not working as well as it should. A number of people have also raised concerns about the additional workload that the Curriculum for Excellence has placed on teachers, and Janet Brown mentioned that in one such session. The SSTA showed that 65% of respondents to a survey didn't believe that guidance and support around the Curriculum for Excellence provides the support needed to build a world-class curriculum in Scotland. But there are overarching structural problems here too. Education Scotland is structured in a way that means it is in charge of policy delivery, implementation, and then assessing its own quality. So it's not just the judge and jury, as someone suggested earlier, it is also the defendant. Is there a conflict of interest here? Well, Lindsay Pattison, the Professor of Education Policy at Edinburgh University, seems to suggest so. The Royal Society of Edinburgh is concerned about this conflict. Kerr Bloomer at Reform Scotland said, and I quote, that being responsible for both development and inspection has created a fundamental conflict of interests. These are the experts. Surely we must listen to them. The Lib Dem motion calls for the inspection and policy functions of Education Scotland to be separate and for a reorganisation of the SQA. And I think there is merit in this. So if education is such a priority for this government, then I urge the government to consider this proposal.